Oli London versus H3H3. I recently watched that debate on one of my live streams, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think Ethan really had it in him. I've seen his previous debates with people. They didn't really go well, or they didn't even happen at all. But I have to say, I am really proud of Ethan. I think he really hit the ball out of the park with this one. And honestly, it just comes off as like a political and career filleting of Oli London. Like, this person did not come out of this looking good to any fucking degree, to any fucking extent. And it has everything has to do, the core, I think the killing blow, personally, that really sets that tone, that's what that debate is Ethan bringing up the Hegao face that Oli London has on their lunchbox. I'll get into that later in this video, but first I kind of want to explain for those who aren't aware who Oli London is, because I'm aware I have some friends that watch my shit and they're not really that politically involved. So for their sake, Oli London is essentially this big TikTok person who got their big fucking bust when they started transitioning as into Korean, because you could just do that somehow. Don't ask me how, because I'm gonna be the one to tell you that's literally not possible. Korean is in reference to your ethnicity. You have to have some Korean blood in you in order to call yourself Korean, right? Like, I'm not over here calling myself Hispanic because you know, well, I just live around a bunch of Hispanic people. No, I'm actually Hispanic. Like, I actually have, like, my grandma is literally from Puerto Rico and my grandpa is literally from the Dominican Republic, right? Now, granted, I'm still a fucking pasty. I'm still a little pasty boy. You know, that's coming from my dad's side. It's the German Irish kind of side, but you know, I am Hispanic. And well, actually, no, I think my grandma is Native American and my grandpa is from the Dominican Republic. I think that's how it goes. But you know, I'm not claiming these things out of virtue, right? Out of like virtue points, right? I literally have the ethnicity in me. I'm not gonna claim that, oh, I'm actually Japanese, Ohio, konnichiwa. Like, I'm not gonna fucking, no, that's stupid. Yeah, Oli London is essentially a diehard Keeb. They are the titular BTS lover, BTS supporter. They visited Korea to stalk them, and they were getting plastic surgery to make them look identical to a particular BTS member that they were obsessed about. And it honestly came off as like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes, if you catch my drift. Lilith, you've seen that fucking movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, essentially saying like, oh, I want to know what it's like to wear your face as a mask or some shit, you know, like it's some gross like horror shit. Like, this person was an unhealthy, obsessed stalker. And I really wish Ethan kind of brought that up a little bit more, because it's honestly really fucking disgusting how the whole BTS side of the internet just really like enabled Oli London to be doing that kind of shit. And they were just like, yes, queen, go sis. Like, no, you're being a crazy fucking stalker. But anyways, that's how most people know Oli London for. Apparently they had some ownership of like a big clothing business, and they were associated with a lot of celebrities before that, but they weren't like a public figure until they started TikTok and doing makeup and all the fucking grifting shit. And they sort of built themselves this kind of brand. They even have their own t-shirts and lunchboxes, which we'll get to that. That's essentially who Oli London is. I don't know how, if you don't know who H3H3 is, but he's essentially one of the godfathers of YouTube in its golden days. You know, he was along the lines of iDubbbz, Filthy Frank. But yeah, H3H3 was kind of that guy. He's now a pretty, I want to say, infamous character in YouTube's little story arc that we have going on. He's essentially a very hated person because he's done some cringy shit. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Ethan can be a little cringe lord, and he can be a little shitter, and he does and says some fucked up shit, and like he's treats people really unfairly. But I will say his entire approach to the whole Oli London debate, it was as crystal clear and as fair and as balanced as it ever could have been. You know, I didn't feel like Ethan was like deliberately being intellectually dishonest this time, you know, as he usually is with a lot of people. He was very, very fair to Oli, and because of that gave him no little leeway to weasel out of his dumb shit, because it's like, look, I'm being good faith, I'm having a charitable understanding of your point of view, and I'm showing you how hypocritical what you're saying is, right? Oh yeah, I didn't even say what they were saying. Oli London is going on this big grift where they're like, I'm detransitioning from being a Korean, and now I am a British man, because they're from Britbong land. You know, I am a British man now, and I am now speaking out. I'm speaking against the woke ideology that indoctrinated me and forced me into transitioning as a woman, even though I wasn't really like it's all the typical shit. Even though, curiously enough, in the little debate, Oli London drops this little nugget of information. It's like, oh, I always knew deep down inside I was a very, very, very feminine person. I was like, oh, so it seems like it's really like an intrinsic value that you can't really like alienate, right? But then they go on to say, well, no, I chose this. Like, okay, dude, whatever. But yeah, that's essentially what Oli London does. And Ethan has been pushing against this and providing evidence and fact-checking them live on the spot. And god damn, Ethan, you better be paying your co-host double time, because holy shit, like, I don't believe Ethan could have done this on his own. Obviously he had the help of his co-host in the background. I feel like that's pretty fair to say. It's obvious, judging by how quickly he was able to pull up these fact checks, but not immediate enough for him to like already be prepared with those talking points. He was prepared for a couple talking points, but it took a while for him to catch on to the other shit. So I definitely think there was some help, but holy fucking shit. Both of those, like, everyone involved did a fucking great job in pretty much deconstructing and, like I said, filleting Oli London's whole persona that they've constructed for them now. And the kill shot is definitely that Ahegao shit that they brought up on stream.
Been hijacked by a small but growing group of trans activists, which are basically pushing kind of an erosion of women's rights. So that's what I've really taken issue with. There's a lot of...
I hope Ethan asks them to elaborate. I hope he asks them to elaborate. I hope he does. Because I would like to, what rights are being taken away from women by giving trans people protections? What rights? What rights? I don't know. I hear TERFs bring this up all the fucking time. I don't know what rights are being taken away.
Trans people have a lot of trans friends. I know what it's like to be trans. That really just want to live their lives, and they're actually having a tough time now because of these trans activists. So
no, they're having a tough time because of people like you who are trying to make them out as a villain, that you're invading women's spaces and women don't have a right to have a space for themselves. Blah, 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 like all this kind of like you're actually the one contributing to that.
Activists, not actual trans people.
Okay, so you say, here's a tweet of yours from just the end of last month, not that long ago. You say, the goal of the trans movement is not simply to exist. The goal is to erase women, mutilate children, sexualize kids, take away free speech, class pedophilia as an identity, remove parental rights, indoctrinate kids, and they're willing to do violence to obtain.
We're hitting all the grifter, all the grifter check marks. We're just hitting every single check mark. Holy shit! It's like they just listen to people like Matt Walsh, Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, all these fucking rightoids, and they go like, yes, let me just copy paste their fucking talking points. There we go.
If she's twerking or doing like something very, very sexual, I think it's just about protecting
grooming.
kids.
I mean, you know, you turn on the TV. I mean, you see stuff worse than that, right? On YouTube and stuff. To say they're grooming them seems pretty disingenuous and actually really homophobic and transphobic to put this label that they're groomers, because you understand the gravity of such a claim, right?
Well, it's a very loaded word. I get that, but it's not an attack on the LGBT community at all.
It's not. It's just a really convenient word that we use to smear people that we don't agree with. Yeah.
About trans activists who have highlighted, have hijacked the trans movement.
So actually, you know what's interesting, Oli? If you go to your website right now, your merch website, I was actually talking about your merch. You are actually selling kids' lunchboxes with a picture of you depicted as a trans woman, and you're selling.
No, that's not a trans woman. That's not a trans woman. That's just a K-pop picture of me.
I had a feeling you would say that, because here it is, you wearing that design, and it's pretty obvious to tell that this is depicting you. This is from just like a month ago, and this is when you were trans.
Yeah.
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 But do you think it's appropriate to sell this to kids?
Oh, it's a lunchbox with a picture of a K-pop cartoon.
It's you as a trans. It's you as a trans.
Yeah, it's you as a
woman.
trans person.
It's me as a K-pop star. It's nothing to do with being trans or not. That's just a cartoon of
But
me
that
as a K-pop star. So it's not.
But at the
That's not inappropriate.
Right, but at the time, you were a trans woman.
Yeah.
Correct. At the time, I was a trans woman, but there's nothing
So
inappropriate
it's you
with
as a
that.
trans woman.
I was a trans woman at the time. That picture does not depict me as a trans woman. It depicts me as a K-pop star.
Oh,
but
I find
it
that
doesn't
interesting
depict
that you're
anything.
willing to make that separation when you're making such general claims about
Bro,
rumors and stuff. Because to
hey,
me, by your
Ethan
own
W,
definition, this is
comment
pretty
Ethan
groomy.
W.
And even if you go, and this is all.
It's an innocent
Well, hold
picture.
on,
It's an
Ollie, hold on one
innocent
sec. Even if you go on your website right now, you're selling the same graphic, Oli London, Oli Merch Squad, as you depicted as a trans woman. And if you look at the available sizes, it's just kids. 3 to 4. Do you think it's appropriate for a 3 to 4 year old to buy this
that's a
shirt?
great
Yeah, of
question.
course. Any K-pop fan, if they want to buy my merch, they're absolutely entitled to.
Are you kidding me? Wait. You know how rich that is? Oh my god, it just occurred to me. Oh yeah. Well, if kids like K-pop all the time, blah, blah, blah. You ever seen the dances? You ever seen the dances that they do on K-pop? They're literally thrusting in the air, and their songs are about like. Their songs are very sexual, from what I heard, right? Let me double check. Yeah, there's tons of fucking K-pop songs that are literally just about sex. Like they're doing like sexual movements. They're wearing very tight, skimpy fucking clothes, like the female dancers do sometimes. Oh yeah, that just seems like let's attack trans people for let's attack drag for wearing a fully clothed dress down to their ankles, but they got titties. Let's say that's grooming. But no, if a kid wants to engage in K-pop, if they want to do those sexual dances about air thrusting and singing about sex, we're all for it. We're all of a sudden on the grooming. We're all of a sudden on the groomer train. All of a sudden, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Insane.
Nothing inappropriate with that merch at all. It's
That is a
cartoon.
trans woman, Ollie. You're not understanding your own
clutching at
logic.
straws. You're clutching at straws.
How am I?
Clutching at
You're
drag.
cartoon.
You're criticizing drag. Are you fucking serious? You're saying drag is too sexual because women have titties. So yeah, you're depicting yourself as a trans woman. Yeah, fuck yourself. No, yeah, that's grooming. You're a groomer.
Okay, hold on. Let's follow this through. You were a trans
By your own
woman
standards.
when you made this. There's a picture of you wearing it. It's obviously
Yeah,
you
correct.
as a trans woman. Here's you as a trans woman, and here's you as a trans woman on the shirt, on a kid's shirt. How am I clutching at straws?
Well, you're clutching at straws. It's an innocent cartoon. It doesn't say anything about indoctrination.
Yeah, and the flag that says protect trans kids with a little AK on it is also innocent too. Okay, who fucking cares?
It's somewhat sexual. How the tongue is out like that. It's a little disturbing.
Ethan, come on. I'm doing a K-pop pose. You're just clutching at straws.
No, why is that
No,
disturbing?
look,
The
Indoctrinating
tongue
children
is
is
somewhat
completely
sexual.
unhealthy.
How
that looks like an Ahegao. It's a K-pop pose. That's an Ahegao face. If you know anything about hentai, that's supposed to be simulating an Ahegao face. Okay, yeah. Fuck
tongue
off,
is out like that.
Ollie.
It's a little
Fuck
disturbing.
off. That's a
Ethan,
Ahegao.
come on. I'm doing a K-pop pose. You're just clutching
No,
at
that's a
straws.
Ahegao.
no, why is
It's
the
not
tongue
clutching
out? I
straws.
find that a little
Yeah.
provocative.
Yeah, why?
Ethan, it's a cartoon. You're just trying to.
No, why?
Well,
Why
I
is
don't
the
know,
tongue out?
Because you're well, no, I'm not trying to make a joke. I think this is a somewhat serious issue to resolve here.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
no, I'm being serious, Ollie. Because let's
anti-grooming.
at least be consistent.
I'm
If
against
we're going to
grooming. Yeah,
accuse
let's be
people of grooming
consistent.
kids, and which you have made
Ethan's doing good.
a short-lived but somewhat profitable career of doing.
You're really obsessed with that lunchbox.
Well,
you need to get one.
no, but I think
It's not
really
upset. It just
important
demonstrates your
point that
stupid
you're
fucking
not,
point.
coming to
It
terms with.
demonstrates
We're
how stupid your
exposing
point.
kids to a trans woman. Don't you think that's wrong? Why is it still on your website at least?
It's come on, Ethan.
Come on,
I don't know what to
Ethan.
say. It's a
Come
cartoon.
on, I gotta
K-pop
make my
star.
bread somehow,
It's
Ethan.
just like a
I gotta
anime drawing.
grift,
It's nothing.
man.
No,
I
if
gotta
I was
grift
doing
just to
something
get by,
appropriate, if I
Ethan.
had, protect trans kids on there,
Oh, I
that
do
would have a
something.
message. That would have a loaded gender ideology message. But it literally says Oli Squad with a cartoon of me doing the peace sign. It's like super cute, super
The peace
innocent.
sign. No, you're doing the Ahegao face. Let me. Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna look this up. Ahegao, dude. It's literally the Ahegao face. Are you kidding me?
Just like most K-pop stars are like super cute,
Oh my god, I wish
Nothing wrong with
Ethan
that.
I mean,
knew.
aren't you
wish
making like
he
the Ahigo face
Yes,
a little bit?
yes.
Do you think I should make it more masculine?
No, the Ahigo
No,
face is
yeah,
like some
dude.
kind of hentai,
Yes,
isn't it?
Ethan. Oh my
no
god.
idea.
That's when
I
you
didn't
cross
watch
your
it.
eyes and stick out your tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
my eyes are
You don't
wide
know
open.
about that?
My eyes are wide open. I
Hold
do
on,
watch
hold
some
on,
anime, but I
hold
don't
on.
know.
Wait, no,
You don't
now
know
it's new. Now it's you. Now it's no longer depicting. It's no longer depicting a K-pop star. Now it's depicting them. Okay.
About the Ahigo face?
No.
I don't believe you. Come on.
No,
It's literally it. Oh my gosh. How do you not know? You're a keeb. You're a fucking keeb for fuck's sake. How do you not know? They're pleading ignorance. They're pleading fucking ignorance. I don't believe it. They fucking know it. They're a fucking zoomer for fuck's sake. They know what he got faces.
watch anime like I watch Attack of the Titans.
That's
and stuff,
straight
but I'm
cap,
not
my
familiar with-
brother.
Yeah, that's cap.
This is it. And
You're
you
a
can see
fucking
the
keeb.
resemblance, right? Here's the
See what I
Ahigo
mean?
face.
Go on.
It's
Yeah.
it's like a hentai reference.
Yeah.
But you,
Okay.
but you see the resemblance, right?
Yeah, the resemblance.
Can you put them side by side?
Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to.
I mean, that's quite a cute drawing.
Right, but that's like a woman like orgasming is what that is.
Well,
Or like
Well, that's
lust.
not what I
It's like a lustful kind of sexual
Ethan,
gratification.
you're
Yeah.
really clutching at straws.
Am
I'm
I?
literally,
Clutching
like,
at-
I've
is
got
it?
my eyes
It's
open,
literally
I'm
a
just trying to
one-to-one.
dissect it.
You cannot. No, it's not just the face. It's also the pose. I've seen so much of those Ahegao faces paired with like them doing the peace sign with it. I see like literally, dude. You cannot make this shit up.
So, there's honestly.
I'm so glad Ethan caught on.
It
Thank
just seems to me
God.
that even as a trans person, you shouldn't be exposing kids to that. It seems like
Yeah.
you're shoving gender ideology.
Yeah,
down
you're
kids'
shoving
throats on your
sexual
lunchbox
groomer
for
ideology
trans
down
women.
kids' throats.
You don't
I
see
just
my
don't-
point at all? You don't get it?
No, I don't. If I would see your point completely. If, for instance, it had messaging on there, like some political.
Oh, now
'cause I don't
it needs to be paired with a political message in order for it to be grooming. The fuck? Oh yeah, Epstein, when he ran his island, when he ran his business, there was so much political overtones in that shit. Oh my God, you have no idea. He said, make America great again. He had that written on right in the entranceway to his fucking Epstein Island. Yeah, fuck off.
It just really seals their fate for the rest of that debate. It really seals it. It really solidifies it. It's like, you are a grifting fuck. You apply these standards to other people. You don't even hold yourself to it. You're sitting over here and you're saying, I don't like the grooming. And they even made a comment about like, oh, these drag shows are heavily sexualized, you know, and they're doing sex acts in front of minors. Like, and they follow that up with, and they have breasts. As if that's the sexual content that's being exposed to kids, is that they have titties. Are you kidding me? Wait, what? Like, this whole entire debate, Oli was just shifting the goalpost, saying like, well, it's a cartoon, it doesn't apply to me. Oh, I'm a itsy ditsy. Oh, I'm just a bit of a bimbo. I don't know what the Hagout face is. You're a goddamn keeb, for fuck's sake. You're a zoomer and you're a goddamn keeb. The fuck you mean you don't know what a Hagout face is, right? I think they're a zoomer. They're either a zoomer or a millennial. Either fucking way, they know what a fucking Hagout face is. Like, come the fuck on. This isn't like this isn't like a new, totally hip zoomer thing that all the fidget spinning zoomers are all talking about. No, this was a thing even when I was a fucking teenager. Okay, everyone knows the fucking Hagout face, right? It's them pretending like, oh, I don't know what that is. No, you know exactly what that is, because the pose is literally one-to-one, exactly like a fucking Hagout face. But yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the full debate because I didn't want to capitalize so much on the debate. I feel like people should go and watch the full thing for themselves, and I encourage you to do so as well and show support to the H3 podcast, because he did a fucking great ass job. He did a good ass job, and he's got stocks up. The H3 stock is going up, baby. Okay, you know, he did a pretty good job in my opinion. But yeah, I think that's all I could really say about the Oli London debate. You know, like it's really telling how insanely easy it is to grift for right-leaning people. All you have to do is just look at what pearls they're currently clutching at, and to just virtue signal that, and then write a book, and then people will buy it. Right? Because it's like, oh, look, this person is a detransition person. Oh, so that must mean everything that they're saying about must be true. And it's like, even throughout the debate, the claims that they were making is like, well, that was false. Well, you lied about that. You lied about that. You lied about that. You're putting a lot of faith into these people that have a history of lying about people and lying about situations and lying about transgenderness and lying about the gender affirming care. You're putting a lot of faith into people who just objectively just fucking lie about that stuff, right? It's just, you know, I really hope that this interview, debate, whatever you want to call it, just sinks that whole grift. It just sinks that whole fucking grift, right? Because it's utterly inexcusable for you to criticize drag queens for being fully dressed, reading kids' books to children, when you're selling merchandise with a fucking Hagout face on it to kids, to actual kids. You're actually selling sexualized shit. And even then, they were saying, well, it's BTS. It's a BTS pose. It's a BTS pose. BTS is a heavily sexualized genre of music. There are several K-pop songs that are just purely about sex and fucking. And even the dances that they're doing are like air thrusting and shit like that. You know, it's heavily sexual. Yet you're gonna criticize the drag queens that do very performative, like crazy extravagant dances and wearing very shiny dresses and they you know, I guess they have tits. I guess they're not allowed to have tits. I guess I don't fucking know. But apparently these we're gonna heavily. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. There's nothing really. My opinion on that is made very fucking clear. Like, it's just fucking stupid, pointless grifting shit, and it's just all for attention. And I hope to God that this person's career sinks after this shit, that nobody ever buys their stupid ass fucking book, and we just stop talking about Oli London forever beyond this point. Like, they're just oh my God, what, so pathetic. It's so pathetic They have to live their life full of fucking lies. They can't even live in the fucking truth, not even for a second. They always have to hide, slither, lie, cheat, and steal, sneak around, you know, spread lies, conspiracy theories, you know, attacking your own goddamn fucking group of people, like LGBT people and trans people, you know, attacking your own to get a little attention, to get a little approval from fucking from what, like pearl clutching zealots that would kill you in a fucking heartbeat if they controlled the country. Come the fuck on. Let's be fucking real. Holy shit. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe. Go watch H3's video. That will also be linked in the description or in the cards on the top right. Is that, I need to check. Top right. That's the top right. The camera's inverted for some reason. Top right. But anyways, yeah. It'll be in the cards. Go watch his shit. That's the end, baby. We're pretty close. I'm at 380 right now. 380. So we're very close to 400. My classes will be starting soon, so my videos might be slowing down. You know, so I'm gonna try and do as much as I can right now. Tomorrow I might record something as well. After I'm done editing this thing. So expect that during the weekend. Yeah. Oh yeah. And next month I'm getting full body tracking. So this camera is going to be zooming out. You can see my little feetsies fucking moving and shit. Maybe, I don't know. The Slime VR, I might get delayed again or some shit, but you know, looking forward to that. So see you guys later.